Take your time, Shane. Don't worry.
Muted. Ha! Hey everyone,
Hello.
welcome. Hey everyone, welcome to a very special episode of Five Idiots Talking Toys. It is our 1 year anniversary. We've been doing this stupid show for 12 straight months. Let's bring the guys in right now. Brandon's with us from San Diego, Chris and Charles from Long Island, New York, and John Walden from the pizza capital of the United States, Georgia. Right. What's up, fellas?
What's going on?
How's it going? What's going on, Shane?
Hello.
We've been staring at each other for 12 straight months now. How about that?
And we haven't killed each other yet. That's pretty good.
Not yet. Pretty unbearable.
Off video we do, though. A lot.
So here we are. It's been 1 year. I think we're still having a good time doing the show. We've broken out a couple of segments that we've been releasing throughout the week. We're on all the socials. Charles has been killing it with TikTok stuff that we don't put it everywhere else. John's, been our editor for a year. He's the backbone of getting these shows to all the listeners, to all the viewers between the podcast apps and our YouTube channel here that you guys are watching right now. And, Chris is on Instagram and Brandon is at conventions doing his own thing.
Well, we don't really know what Brandon does, actually.
Well, he's the flat-chested secretary, but
that's true.
Yeah, but I think he quit that job. Apparently, I think we were all notified that he gave the pink slip months ago.
Yeah. He actually quit, but didn't tell anyone.
Right. So
same thing. This is like what Chris did with work. It's fine.
So,
not the only one to quit my job.
Oh, that's right. Chris, you used to work.
Yes, I used to work. I worked as a operating engineer in New York City. I did 18 years of working nights, 11 at night to 7 in the morning. And this year I just said, see you later. And I was done. So I quit in January and I have been home since. And I absolutely love it. It's been fantastic.
And you got a little bit of a taste of it when your son was born. And you were home for a little while. Not that was necessarily easy, because then you were, chasing around two kids dealing with, with a newborn. But it was hard to go back, is the sense that I got from the situation.
It definitely was hard to go back. And, like Charles, me and him had to work all through COVID while everyone was home. And, we were stuck on these long shifts and not seeing my family and my kids and always being stuck at work last minute. It's time to go home, and then someone calls in sick, and they're like, all right, well, now you have to stay another 8 more hours. And I'm like, it was just like, after 18 years of doing that, it just got old. So I had enough.
I've never had a job for 18 years. I mean, I'm kind of proud that I'm pushing 11 is by far the longest job I've had. 18 years as a commitment. That's a long time.
Yeah. So
I was scrolling back through our old videos when we first started. Yeah. And from then, just horrendous videos. Like, some of us are just sitting on the couch. Just the microphones are terrible. The cameras are terrible. We look terrible. We're scratching ourselves. Just ridiculous videos of Chris is either at work or he's driving to work. Yeah. So we're just watching him drive. Sometimes Brandon's in the car, he's driving.
He's getting a haircut.
Shane's on vacation. Every 3 episodes, Shane's somewhere, some kind of vacation.
Early on, right? Because we started in the summer, and that was when, my wife is off from teaching, and we were able to take a couple of weekend trips.
So from then until now, it's been 1 year, so many changes. We want to just say thank you to everyone who's watched, who's followed us from the beginning. And if you haven't and you're new, scroll all the way down. We have videos when it first started, and they're actually really funny because they're so ridiculous.
I actually think some of our funniest episodes are the ones in the beginning, to be honest with you.
Yeah. We should air our first episode. Let's do a little clip and see what we got.
Brandon, that was the surprise gift. You just ruined it.
No, it wasn't. We're not that smart.
John's going to take care of all this in editing. He's just going to cut us off multiple times here and throw in some old footage, and we'll have some laughs when we watch this back. But you guys had a good idea recently. Now that we're just kind of hitting this mile marker for ourselves personally and for the show, to do some throwbacks, some flashbacks. So I think we're going to do that. I think we're going to try to do that on the YouTube channel. Is that right, John?
Yeah. We're going to try to start doing Flashback Fridays, where we're replaying our old episodes. So tune into that and see, watch the early train wrecks that we had.
Yeah, mainly because in the beginning we had about 13 views each video, so maybe we'll get some more.
And we're like, we got 13 views.
13 people actually searched idiots on YouTube.
7 of them were Charles's family, and the other 5 were Brandon's extended family around the lower California area. Yeah, so it's it's still we're still a small show. We're in a niche YouTube channel because it's for mostly vintage Star Wars collectors, right? We do talk about other toy lines. We talk about some modern. We're going to continue to expand that, but we focus on what we love, and we don't make a ton of effort to go outside of the stuff that we know about. We haven't to this point. We're not reviewing, new toy lines that we don't collect, just for YouTube views. We're going to continue to expand and do some of that stuff as it feels natural, right?
Yeah, mainly like when Willow comes out, everyone's dying for a Willow. A huge review from Shane and I, so we'll be doing that.
Yeah, we do have fun with that. I'd like to do some more of that just because it's fun to see a day where a trailer of some sort of sci-fi or pop culture, show or movie or fantasy, like Willow comes out. It's fun to just watch it and then get on and talk about it for 5 or 10 minutes. So
me and Charles are going to do a pillow review.
I would actually like to see Chris and Shane, you guys do a Willow review, and then John, he does his own Willow review, and we see who gets the more views, which one.
Well, John's got a lot of catch up to do. Our Willow review is rocking and rolling.
Actually, Charles, if you didn't see that, John posted that on Just John over on his other channel on YouTube.
That's why I got so many views.
So there's a good behind the scenes for everybody who's been watching us for a while. Every time somebody decides they want to do something for the channel and nobody else agrees, we always joke that it's going to be just Brandon or just John or just Charles. They're going to start their own channel. You can do that over there. So how has the experience been for you guys? I mean, it sounds silly to say that experience, but maybe we should throw it back first and talk about how this show started. And then maybe we can circle back and say, a few words about how everybody's felt, learning the ropes of doing a YouTube show, basically taking our daily chatter that we had for how many months, 3-4 months.
Yeah. And just
turn it into this, turn it into a live chat.
Well, I can tell you that my wife, it still hasn't gotten easier for her. She still gets mad at me every Sunday when I come on here. You would think after a year she would understand. Like she'll be like, "Oh, are you doing the podcast tonight?" And I'm like, "Yeah, it's Sunday." She'll be like, "Oh, I thought maybe you were taking a week off." Like,
yep.
No.
I get the same thing.
I get the same thing. Like, are you recording tonight? Yeah. What time? 10 o'clock. All right.
It's gotten progressively worse for the last year.
Yeah.
Well, not to side with them, but sometimes we have logged in before and someone out of us 5 failed to hit the record button. So there's been a couple of times we had a wasted Sunday, and there's also a few times where we logged on and either something happened or like no one knew like a topic to do or something, and we just wouldn't record that night.
So I actually
some growing pains for sure.
I actually quit my job thinking that we were going to make millions on this, and I'm still waiting to make millions.
Chris quit his job when we had 64 subscribers, and he was just raring to go. He was like, "This is going to blow up any day now."
And now we have 65, so we're going.
We'll probably lose a couple after this episode.
So somebody take us back. Take us back to around April 2021. We were way into a global pandemic, right? We don't need to rehash that part. Everybody lived it. But, we were all kind of doing our thing, working however we needed to work, trapped in our house a lot of the time. Somebody take us back to April, 1 full year into COVID and how this whole story started.
So most of this was probably John's idea. So I think he should rehash how this thing started.
It actually was John's idea.
The podcast was John's idea.
Yeah.
And I thought it was insane when he messaged that to all of us. We should start a podcast. I'm like, okay, this guy is out of his mind.
Yeah, I was like, what?
Who is this guy?
But meanwhile,
I think my brother.
I was going to say everybody was starting a podcast because they were trapped in their house. Like there's podcasts that are insanely popular right now. One of them being Smartless, which is one that my wife listens to. It's Jason Bateman and Will Arnett and Sean, the guy from Will and Grace, Sean Hayes. And it is very funny. And they have friends of theirs in the industry come on as a guest, but they literally just started it because they were friends. They were trapped in their houses. They bought microphones. They got onto a streaming service, and it's one of the most popular podcasts in the whole country. Yeah. But there's a lot of stories like that of smaller podcasts too.
So I think my brother said yes to it in the chat, and I messaged him, and I'm like, "You serious? Like you're gonna do it?" And he's like, "Yeah." And then I'm like, "Okay, I guess I'll do it too then."
Well, I was on the Action Figure Creators show, a bunch of times. So for me, I've already been on, and I always liked being on, and I thought it was pretty cool to talk about Star Wars. And when John brought it up, I was like, you know what, that's actually a good idea. But I think we would bring a different twist because, we're funny, we're not really that serious about it, but we are serious. So I feel like people would like it, and so far it's been good.
I mean, we're all better looking than Action Figure Creator anyway, so
that's true.
Yeah, that's definitely true.
And
he won't watch this, so he won't even know about this.
He hates the show. He hates the show.
He's got a little tiny square up in the right corner of every episode, and all he has is eBay listings on. So you can't even see him.
Every single day, he just PMs me. He's like, "Can you take me off as admin? I just don't want to be an admin anymore." I'm like, "Nope." If it inconveniences you, you're staying on as admin, definitely.
Yeah.
What's the matter, Charles? You still haven't gotten a new chair a year later?
Oh, that's a good thing. That actually brings it up. I appreciate it, guys. Hang on one second. I got it right here. So we all have access to the PayPal account. I got myself a chair. Just wanted to say thank you, guys, because you all paid for this thing too. Oh my God, this thing's comfortable.
Look how much higher up he is in the frame.
I know.
Yeah,
he actually looks better now.
I appreciate it, guys. Thank you very much. I moved the money out of that PayPal account right into my PayPal account. So you'll see $115 removed.
Oh my God.
Little does everyone else know that I actually gave Charles John Walden's personal PayPal account. So you should be thanking John.
So you paid more for that chair than you paid for your microphone. Okay.
Yeah.
He paid the same amount for that chair as he paid for all 3 microphones combined that he bought that didn't work.
Returned. Yeah. So I was really into podcasts and listening to podcasts, and I'd heard CIS's podcast, the Joy of Collecting or whatever it's called.
Yeah.
Something like that.
The passion
for collecting.
Yeah, passion for collecting.
And they had mentioned, Chris. I can't remember how they mentioned your name. It was like C. Wildminster or something like that. They talked about you, and I was like, we should do a podcast because, like Chris was saying, we have a lot to bring to the table. I think because we have 5 different points of view. We all get along really well, and
for the most part.
For the most part, we all get along really well.
When we're on video and there's recorded history here, we get along fabulously.
Yeah, we all get along really well. and it's something different. I mean, it really is different than other collectors podcasts that I've heard. So I thought we'd give it a shot.
Each one of us has our own little thing of what we're good at and what we know. So the five of us combined, it actually makes it work really good.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and to add on to that, you know what I was thinking the other day is we all collect differently as well. We're all collecting overlapping on a lot of stuff, and I mean this in a serious way. Chris is a serious collector. He collects graded pieces. Charles is a serious collector. He's got graded stuff. You know, you guys, generally speaking, don't have loose stuff floating around your houses. You have a couple of maybe vehicles or something like that, but you really focus on grading. You get loose stuff in. You'll find good stuff and you'll grade it yourselves too. You're not just buying graded stuff, but that's one major focus in the hobby. John collects kind of a little bit of everything, but he's really focused on vintage, some of the newer stuff that's like retro he likes. I mean, this is my take. Feel free to chime in.
He knows a lot about a lot of things.
He does. He knows about a lot of toy lines that the four of us don't know about, and that's not a knock. He's a couple of years older than us, and that couple of years makes a huge difference in the period of time that we're talking about, because we're collecting toys that were put out in 78, right? And I was born in 78. So I was collecting them, but as toys, playing with them when 1981, 82 as a 3-4-year-old, and that's where my memories and passion come from. But John, just go back a couple of extra years, and all of a sudden there's these other 70s toy lines that completely missed me. And I think I'm the second oldest here by a couple of year or two. But, those toys, it's great to hear John talking about that stuff, because that's new for me to hear about. Brandon, God only knows what he collects. He's got cardboard behind him. He's got horror figures. He's got, oddball stuff. He's got drawers and drawers and drawers of Yoda. I mean, it's fascinating to hear what he pulls out of those drawers.
Brandon he lives up to his nickname as the Mysterious Man, because a year ago I didn't know much about him, and a year later I still don't know much about him.
Man of mystery.
I knew something about him, and now I know nothing about him.
He goes everywhere. He's always at a convention, a toy store. He's all over the entire United States shopping for toys. That's all he does all day.
And then finally he goes somewhere else. And yesterday he sends us pictures. He's in the owner's suite at the Padres Stadium.
Amazing.
It's a chair that Donald Trump would sit in. He sends us a picture of his seat at the stadium.
He doesn't sell anything though. Like
he never sells anything. A leather stadium seat.
Yeah. So what?
My main thing is that how is she okay with him always going away? I get yelled at for going to the gym down the block.
Well, I mean, she knows it's all for the love of collecting.
It's all for the show. It's all for the show.
All for the show.
It's all for work.
Brandon has brought an income of $4.38 into his household from this show, and somehow he talks his wife into letting him go everywhere for this show.
God. I do go to a lot of shows. I do.
And I was
meet a lot of cool people doing that, and see a lot of cool stuff.
He does. And I was leading this roundup back to myself is I kind of picture myself, and you guys can say different. I kind of picture myself as the, maybe along with the majority of collectors that we see in some of these groups. And I'm talking about that just in the sense of I have a lot of loose stuff, just loose figures with accessories. I have, tchotchke stuff, some oddball stuff that you might remember from when you were a kid. I have some posters and some boxes behind that are just cool because I like the artwork. I just kind of have more of the general common stuff. I have a few graded pieces. I don't have any super expensive high-end stuff.
Old underwear and socks.
Yeah, underoos. No.
Bifold wallets.
Bifold wallets.
I hate bifold wallets.
When I see 51-year-old men collecting those little girls' underoos in the package, I have to almost unfriend that person. I can't. What do you?
It's creepy.
I get that it's just I don't. I get that it's an old vintage item, but I just can't imagine having that in my house.
Where do you draw the line?
At little girls' underwear? I think I draw. My line is probably before that, but it's definitely near that. There's some stuff I don't need to collect.
You buy wallets and USBs, like you're so far above the line where you should be.
Well, again, so we have a wide range of different collector styles, but that's where everybody that watches gets, a little flavor of all of that.
Well, yeah. So 1 year later, John has changed his job. I have quit my job. Brandon has never had a job.
Right. No. He goes and visits an aircraft carrier once a week.
Yeah. Shane rolls out of bed in his pajamas every day and does work on a computer.
Still no job.
And they shut my office down.
Yeah, Charles has a job, so that's about it.
Charles is out there making America's highways safe.
Charles has a quinceañera to pay for.
Sweet 16.
Yeah. He's
close.
Okay. Sweet 16.
Did it already happen?
No, it's next year.
He started saving 2 years ago.
Now.
Yeah.
It's a lot of money.
So he's actually sending in grading pieces now, since it takes over a year to get graded. He sent them in now to sell them next year for the Sweet 16.
About right.
Yeah, he called the caterers the other day, and he put down a deposit of a carded pop-up R2.
And 3 Rebo
deposit
bands.
with caterers.
Yeah, and Rebo bands.
75 Rebo bands.
He put a graded Rebo band down with the actual band that's going to play at the event.
You know how many Rebo bands I actually sent in? It's like I should be arrested for it. How many I sent in? It's like sad. It's like sad and so ridiculous.
I've told you since the very beginning to stop doing it, and you kept on doing it.
For you other guys, if you guys knew that Charles sent in 9 Max Rebo bands to get graded early on this show, do you think the show would have made it, or we would have just all quit?
I sent in more than 9.
I wish.
Oh my god! All right, so again, this was like a daily chat of guys, and we didn't go back. I mean, somebody should go back and kick this thing off in April. John, maybe you should do that, but. I feel like Chris has like 24 conversations with all these different people, collectors, all day long. He's on Facebook Messenger. That's how I picture it in my head, that he's got 24 different chats going on, constantly talking about Star Wars.
I do.
I've got this. This is what I've got. I've got a couple of ancillary ones that I'll chime in every now and then. But this was my daily interaction with human beings working from home. And we turned it into a show. So this is fun for me.
Yeah.
But John, take us back real quick to April.
Well, I mean, we all met at the ICC Con in Nashville. And I think we all hit it off because I think each one of us had like ideas that anyone we'd meet there would be just kind of weird. Maybe a little left of center, off. Yeah. Because I mean that's just the concept that everybody has.
Because we're grown. Yeah, because we're grown men collecting toys.
So we just kind of ran into each other, and we'd all sold to each other before on the IC, and when we all met up, we didn't. I think we met. Did we meet on a Friday night? Maybe was it Friday or?
Yeah, that sounds right.
Yeah, that's about right.
Yeah,
and then we just were together the rest of the weekend.
What did we do first? We went around for room sales, basically from the lobby.
I think so. Yeah.
You grabbed a drink, maybe a couple. I think somebody grabbed like a handful of beers from the bar, and we traipsed around the hotel. Right. Brandon had a spotlight that he stole from the aircraft carrier.
Correct. Yeah.
To examine all of people's wares.
Yeah. Well, Brandon didn't book a room. He was sleeping on a bench outside. So
this is what happens. He goes to every convention and celebration you can imagine, and he's just a bum the whole time. Like he just sleeps on the floor. He doesn't spend any money
on squatting
on rooms. It's all on toys.
Squatting.
Squatting.
We'll never know, but there is no way he had a room at the ICCon that year because he would just leave and then like no one would know where he was. And then he came back, he had the same clothes on and we're like, where were you? He's like, I walked down the block and then I came back. It was like, he never said he would sleep.
I did have one of the guys there. I went out to dinner with him a couple times. So one of the cast members.
Ooh. Cast members of what?
He says in the top.
So, but where did you
Star
sleep
Wars?
though?
He had a sleeping bag out behind the dumpster at the hotel at the Motel 6.
The sleeping bag.
Oh, well,
He was in the
when I
petting
went to
farm.
bed, I would just
He was in the petting
hang
zoo.
out at the bar.
You were in the petting zoo,
till
weren't you?
6 in the morning.
He was sleeping with the baby kangaroos.
It's actually funny because it's been a running joke for over a year now, and no one still knows.
No.
John knows. He dropped me off at my hotel.
Yeah.
Oh,
John
damn.
knows. He just didn't spill the beans.
Was your hotel a 7-Eleven?
Oh, might as
John
well,
drove
man.
around the back of the 7-Eleven and dropped them off.
But it's true though. Like think about it. A year ago, I knew John only because he was doing like a live auction every week on the IC. You were selling a lot back then,
Yeah.
constantly.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
I,
that's how I knew
some of your-
John.
yeah, and
Some
I
of
just
your choice words on that auction.
I bought some stuff from him. I got some good deals, and
And he had a sidekick. You remember that?
Yeah, who's that?
Back
Who's
in
the
those
sidekick?
days, he was like the leader and he had a sidekick.
Yeah. My buddy Blake, he joined me for a couple sales. Yeah. And then
is he still on the IC?
No, he never joined the IC because he's like
Okay.
I asked him to join and he's like, no, I'm not getting on Facebook. I was like,
We should have him on.
why not? We should have him on. I'll see if
Yeah.
he wants to come on
You
sometime.
might
I
have to
remember
mute yourself
being-
and mute his mic because
I know, right?
Probably not good for family television, but
Yeah.
that was pretty.
I remember
very
being
funny.
so entertained with the two of them doing that live sale.
Oh
Like,
yeah.
I couldn't turn it off.
I remember being at work at nighttime, and it was like 11:30 because I started at 11, and he would be like, "All right, I'll just keep going as long as you guys want me to," and I'm like, "Yeah, I just got on, just keep going," and he would just keep going all night long.
2 a.m, he's still
Yeah,
going.
It was
Yeah.
great.
Those
Yeah,
are the
so-
good old days.
When I went to the convention, I didn't know John, but I had spoken to John. I hadn't spoken to any of you guys. So John was my my introduction to you guys that Friday night, and we were just traipsing around the hotel and just having a lot of laughs. So that was fun. And then as the story goes from our early episodes, you'll see the picture. We all traipsed over to Waffle House the next morning.
Waffle House.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Whatever
so
happened
that
to
was
the
fun.
whatever happened to the new Waffle House picture we took this past year? It's never been
I don't know.
used.
Oh, yeah.
Who's got it?
I might have, maybe I have it.
I feel like
Oh,
we
that-
texted
that
everyone
figures.
the new
I-
picture and it never went
I
anywhere.
don't think I ever saw it.
Oh,
I don't
saw
think
it.
I saw it either.
All right,
Shane
well, we'll have to
hasn't
throw it
lost
up here.
like usual.
Yeah.
I'll
Well,
I'll
we
send it
don't
to
have
John
it.
and he'll throw it up in here.
If we don't have it, I can't throw it up.
All right, well, I'll have to look for it. But all right, so so it's been a process, learning the
Mhm.
ropes of YouTube, getting this thing going, figuring out what people want to hear about. Mostly, we've just kind of done this for ourselves in terms of the content. We do what we think is interesting to talk about, things that have happened with our collections, experiences we've had as collector sellers, doing live sales, doing and at some point we started Rogue 5 Toys.
Yeah.
For anybody else wants to join us, rogue5toys.com will get you there. It's our collectors group. We're the only people that post there. So it's not a community, so to speak, in the sense where you can go there and just post up anything you want. It is our sales page. It's set
Just
up as
sales,
a Facebook
yeah.
group, but we have a lot of fun there. And so at some point we started that, and we've had that to talk about as well.
If you would have told me a year ago that we were going to have a podcast with almost 1,700 subscribers and a group page that we sell on Facebook and have
T-shirts.
with t-shirts, and
Well,
we have a group page that has 1,400 members. That's like pretty insane for a year.
it's
Oh,
also
yeah.
1,700 real YouTube subscribers.
Yeah,
There's no, we're not throwing in any money into like ads or anything. They're 1,700 real subscribers.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Charles has about 107 kids, so they all have an account. So that's why.
Little Johnny, little Louie, little Billy, little Susie.
Well, don't forget, Brandon's got a lot of people in his family too. Because
Yeah.
when we first started making the T-shirts, without
They
even
ordered
telling us,
t-shirts.
Brandon ordered like 48 T-shirts, and they were all too small for everyone he knew.
I got yelled at for every single one of those. Actually, my mother-in-law actually brought it back and left it the last time she came over. And I'm like, what am I
Really?
supposed to do with this? She goes, wash your car with it.
Oh Lord.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, we appreciate everybody that's subscribed and is held out with us for this long
And ordered a T-shirt.
and ordered a T-shirt. And
Go over to 5idiotstalkingtoys.com. You've got the link for our merch shop there. You can get a hat, a T-shirt, a whole bunch of stuff. Different.
Yeah, we're having a
designs.
sale.
Yep.
Coffee.
Yep.
A coffee mug if you want.
Yeah.
So when we used to do this show, if anyone watched from the very, very start, John used to open up all the shows. It used to be different.
I only opened up the first couple, really.
Yeah. And then it like morphed into Shane opening up.
Well, yeah. So John was the MC, but Shane wouldn't shut up, and he just kept on over talking John, and then Shane became
And
the
then,
MC.
and then it became Shane Idiots Talking Toys.
Yes, Shane idiots.
I try to inject some liveliness and some excitement. Everybody's
Here we
got a
go.
different level of excitement at 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock on a Sunday. Yeah, see?
Excitement with Shane
Sorry.
McFreezerson.
Yeah.
He did get his internet.
That's my favorite. That's my favorite nickname, Shane McFreezers. McFreezerson.
He did get his internet fixed though, so that's good.
Yeah, and it only took a year. Well, again, to give a little behind the scenes, it's 11:40 at night right now on a Sunday. You're done with the weekend. You're some of us are getting ready for work the next day, but Chris just had everybody he knows over his house for a 3-year-old birthday party. Today he's exhausted. So
I know. I've
we
been
get
doing
on
my
and do
son's
this
birthday party all day long, and then everyone came over my house afterwards. So like I'm exhausted, but to do the show, it's like I actually look forward to the show. I have so much fun doing it.
My favorite was when Charles's wife told him that we all look like we're dead, we're zombies.
There's no enthusiasm.
No enthusiasm.
She said there's no enthusiasm. The funniest guy is John. She said, like, not even close. He's the funniest guy. And she also said Shane. She also said Shane does not stop talking.
She's watching just John.
Yeah, I think she watches just John, not actually 5 Idiots. So where do you think we're going to be in another year, like a year later? Where do you see us being?
I think we're going to have 1,800 subscribers.
1,800. So we're going to add 100 in the year. Okay.
No, I think we'll be 3,000 to 5,000 somewhere.
I
in
hope
there.
so. I hope so. I want to keep doing this.
I agree.
Yeah.
I think we're going to be like 3,000 to 5,000.
I think there was a point this year where we didn't want to do this anymore.
Yeah, there was
like every weekend.
Honestly, to be honest with the viewers and the listeners, I think we had a couple of weeks where we were just at each other's throats.
It wasn't fun.
Well, it's not just one guy sitting down and he's like, you know what? I have time. Let me do it now. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people that have to arrange their schedules and the time zones. We're not all in the same time zone. So, like, it's midnight here, and for Brandon, it's 9 o'clock. So,
yeah.
Well, let me share, and you see if you guys agree with me. Let me share my thought about that. We were heading to the end of the spring. The summers are tough, right? Because the weekends you want to be doing stuff, so it does get a little tough to schedule around, doing stuff with your family, having the time that you have to do stuff around your house and whatnot on the weekends when you have the extra time, and then being ready, by like 9 o'clock ish on a Sunday night to sit down. The rest of our night is this. So we were heading to into the spring, into the mid-spring, and we had been planning this for a while. Here's my thought. We made a mistake. We made it. We thought we were making a good decision. We made a mistake in booking a booth at a convention to all be there. And the reason why I say it was a mistake, it wasn't a mistake because we had a great time. It wasn't a mistake because things didn't go well. They went great. We all made money having a booth, selling merchandise,
and the show was
collectibles.
Absolutely great. It was a great show.
The show was great. Here's the mistake we made. We booked a large booth. We had the second largest booth in the entire convention. And we did it in a way that we were selling toys. The reason why we did it is to promote the show. We did it so that we could put our banners up, promote the show, but also, sell toys, meet a lot of the people that we know, have a good time. We ended up working for 3 straight days, the whole day, nonstop. Before the show, working to set up. After the show, breaking down, covering things up, staying until they were locking the doors to know our stuff was all safe. We didn't get to socialize as much. We didn't get to hang out like we did the year before when we met. And I'm not saying any of that was, bad. It was wrong because we didn't need to do that. We could have just been focusing on having a good time, talking to people, filming, doing, promoting the show. The problem was I lost my train of thought.
I think the moral of your story is this next
exhausting.
year for the next convention, we are not going to sell. We are going to go there as press like we should have the year prior. And we're going to do videos. We're going to do interviews and do all the other stuff that we should have been doing.
Yeah,
and we're going to be in that podcast room. We're going to be all over the place. And there's 5 of us. So we're going to be everywhere. Mm-hmm. But that's what I was getting to is we exhausted ourselves up to the convention, getting the banners ready, rebranding and doing the social media,
getting items to sell and stuff,
items to sell, buying shelving, you packing up your vehicles and driving 15 hours. By the time we got there and then realized, oh, we're not just standing at a table for 3 hours, we're working a booth for 10 hours.
Yeah.
It was exhausting. And then when we got back from that, it was kind of a little bit of a letdown that we made it through. It was good. It was successful, but we were all just kind of mentally exhausted. And then we were leading into the summer when you get to go outside and do stuff. That was my assessment of our tiredness with the show for a couple of weeks there.
Yeah. I think that the end of March, middle of March through the convention was just so exasperating, with trying to get things ready and trying to get things ready for the convention. What are we going to do for the show? How are we going to conduct the show from the convention?
Merch, shirts,
getting merch, all that stuff. Mm-hmm. And I think we were just kind of,
kind of wiped,
tired of each other. I mean, not tired of each other, but tired of.
No, we have 5 minds, so there's 5 of us. There's 5 of us with 5 different ideas on stuff, which we still do now. Yeah. Like, what episode do you want to do on Sunday? Someone says this, and then of course, I normally say like, no, it's stupid, and then someone else wants to do something else, and it's just like, there's 5 minds, so
it's 5 personalities that you have to deal with.
Exactly.
Yeah. And I think that we've come a long way in that we know how to deal with that now more maturely than we did 6 months ago, 3 months ago.
And a lot of work goes around this show, and it's regular. It's regular work to do the show, and this is a hobby. So we we balance that. We walk that fine line on a weekly basis of making an attempt to not make this feel like another job. That's what we don't want, because that takes some of the fun out of it. So you want to keep this a hobby. You want to keep this light and fun, but it is work to put this together and to be able to make time and do some research and get together and speak intelligently on this stuff.
Even when I make my videos during the week on other topics that we do, it's like I have a 3-year-old now and a 10-month-old, and it's like to try and break away even for 20 minutes to make a quick video. It's like my body may be there, but my mind is not there at all. It's, so I'm just thinking about what I'm going to be getting into when I go back downstairs to see what the hell they're doing.
Yeah.
And then you
But
make
now-
the video, and it's just so easy. There's no editing. You just put it right up. You don't even need an opening. Like,
just slap it up.
you just slap it right onto YouTube. You don't need any editing. Like, zero editing is normally on most of our episodes.
John has quit 1 year in, and he is done.
John's
John's our editor, and he spends a lot of time making us look halfway decent like we do. So we thank him for that. He's put a lot of work in over this past year.
He actually has, yeah. He really has.
And this inside joke has been running. I think it'll run forever, but it comes from the Willow trailer, right? The one night
Willow
it's like 11:30 at night. John is sleeping. Charles is about to go to sleep. Brandon was at a rave, I believe, and
I was at a convention.
he's at a convention.
A rave.
No, I was actually at Celebration.
Oh, is that where they
That's
where
right,
they
yeah.
released the trailer?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Star Wars Celebration.
Chris is sitting on his couch. I'm sitting on my couch. I go, check out this trailer. I go, we should do a review of it. The two of us jump on at 11 something at night and just record and slap it right up on YouTube.
Just
no
slap it
editing.
So then John goes,
easy.
are you guys really going to post a video with no opening, no editing, no nothing? We're like, nope, nothing. We're just going to throw it up and see if it sticks.
He was like, you're not going to even put the theme song in there? I'm like, I don't have the theme song. I'm just slapping it up.
Yeah. And you know
John
what?
hates Willow. John hates Willow.
He used to love Willow.
Willow was one of the hottest videos on our channel. So if you haven't actually seen Willow, go check out the review on Willow.
Yeah. Go to privatetalkingtoys.com.
He's so mad.
Yeah. The toy hunt video in Walmart now, it's got about 1,200 views.
It's up to there? Really?
Wow. Nice.
Wow. Surprising.
Yeah.
But John was so mad once we discovered that there was an ability, if we wanted to record something and slap it up without him getting his dirty paws on it.
It's not
he
because I want
hated
to get my dirty paws on it. It's because I want everything to be,
aligned and organized.
professional.
Standardized.
Yeah. But every now and then we're going to have to, jump on something real quick, and we're going to do the best we can to get you guys a video of our thoughts if something comes out, a trailer or whatnot, and he's gone.
Yeah.
But you know what, John? We got to get our theme song loaded into our software. I found out that there's a chance we could do that now. So we got to get the theme song in there, and we can throw it into a video anytime.
Okay.
Well, guys,
the theme song, by the way. Can
Yeah.
I say something about this?
Yeah, of course.
Because we're about to wrap. I know we're about to wrap because it's late. But our theme song is from my son's band. And it's a song called Give You Back Your Youth. And I just thought that was the perfect song, perfect title for what we do. We're trying to regain our youth and stuff like that. And my son's band is GUM, G-U-M-M, by the way. Check them out. They're going to be out west this fall. And I think they have a San Diego date, so I'm going to let you know, Brandon.
Oh, all right.
We're trying to shore up a San Diego date. But
let's throw their link up in the description so anybody can check them out. I know they're on Spotify.
Yeah, let me know. I want to check them out.
Yeah.
They have 5,000 followers on Spotify right now.
Nice.
So, yeah, they've been up on Spotify for about 2 years, I think. But they have 5,000 followers on Spotify. So,
and thank you to them for letting us use the song. We appreciate it, of course.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
And,
Yeah, thank you. Chris probably wants to say something about the song.
oh, yeah.
Your son?
Is he tired of
Oh,
it?
yeah.
He absolutely loves it.
Yeah.
Loves it.
Yeah.
Whenever he hears like just the intro, I have to play it over and over again. He just jumps up and down. Loves it.
Didn't you make John send you the whole song just for your son?
Yeah, but it never came through. Like it never worked. So
I didn't.
No,
I
was
said-
never. You did,
Okay.
but I felt bad because I actually twice, and both times it didn't work, so I just gave up.
I thought the song was just the intro. That's just that over and over and over again. That's not the full song.
The 25-minute intro is what I sent you. like the loop, 25-minute loop of the intro.
I thought that's the whole song. Okay.
And it never came through, for whatever reason. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't think he'd like the rest of the song.
Oh,
It's
probably.
completely different. But yeah, maybe we'll throw up a live version of that song or something of them playing that song live, because I know that they've got a couple of videos on YouTube of them playing that song live. I'll see if I can cut one up.
Oh, nice.
Put it on our channel.
All right, boys. Well, here we are a year later. We're having our little mini celebration episode. We've done a lot with the channel. We've done toy hunts. We've done reviews. We've done a lot of unboxings. Again, I mentioned earlier, Chris and Charles, they're graded collectors. They've got some really nice pieces coming through that they unbox. John, go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, who's we, Shane? You got a mouse in your pocket? No, I'm just kidding.
And let's throw out a fast thank you
I'm
to
just kidding. I'm just
all of
kidding.
our subscribers. Thank you for watching, and thank you for keep on watching. And
Absolutely.
we'll be here making more content for you.
Yeah,
Definitely.
this is by far not the end, just the beginning.
And
And
we
as always,
have,
want to hear from you guys. So
Yeah.
please leave us some comments, reach out. If you got anything you want to see in the show or just want to talk, we're here to, hang out and share some good stories.
Yeah, and check out all of our. Shane keeps wanting to say something, but check out all of our stuff. That all of our socials. Shane's done a great job of compiling all of our socials into one easy to locate website, right? With Linktree, you can check out all of our socials: the TikTok, the YouTube channel, the sales page, all that stuff. And Shane designed the shirts too, by the way, and the new and the logos and everything.
Great sellers.
So, they will be fantastic sellers.
Selling's my job.
We have I was just going to say, in addition to what Brandon said, we have a great core group of guys who watch the show and interact with us regularly. They're certainly people that have become friends if they weren't already. We've met a lot of them in person, but to those guys, who you are that are watching the show. We appreciate you most of all, because a lot of you have been with us since the beginning of the show and you've been supporters. You've shared the show. We appreciate that and thank you for that. To those guys, if you have ideas that you want to see in the show, like Brandon said, give us a shout anytime, whether it's privately or through the comments here in this video. We know that you like watching the show, so if there's something you'd like to see us talk about, you'd get a kick out of, we'd love to do that. So we appreciate you, and thanks everyone for watching. Subscribe to the channel, hit that bell icon to be notified of the content that we put out throughout the week. We have a Wednesday episode of our wins and whiffs of the week every Wednesday. We're going to have Flashback Friday coming very soon, so we're going to rehash some of our old episodes. John's going to cut those up and make those a little bit more fun for everybody to see once again, or for folks that have joined us midstream to start watching some of those old episodes. And again, just visit us at Rogue 5 Toys, and you can collect with us and see what we're doing there too. All right, boys. 1 year in.
Congratulations.
1 year.
1 year. Awesome.
Are you congratulating the mouse in my pocket?
Yes.
All right, guys. Love you guys, and we'll see you on another episode very soon.
Thanks,
Have a good
guys.
night. See you later.
Bye-bye.
Later.
Take care.
Bye.